10 things you should never do with an Ouija board. What is an Ouija board? Have you ever thought of the possibility of a second dimension that can exist? Which can either be a mirror copy of the dimension that we live in, or it can be something else, who knows? Scientists have stated that not only one, but there is an infinite number of different dimensions that can exist because whatever we can imagine is true and happening in some other dimensions of not here. If you are a big fan of paranormal activities and things, which are used to connect with an invisible spirit from another dimension like I am, then this video is the right one for you. So how cool will it be if we could connect with the individual people of other dimensions or another world? Before we start, take a moment to hit that red subscribe button on my channel and press the notification bell, so that you never miss an update on this channel and keep supporting me. Today, we are taking a deep glance at what are the 10 things that you should never do with an Ouija board. So, without wasting any more time, let's get started. Number 10. Positive connection. First, on the list, we have the person who is using the Ouija board to talk and establish a connection with an individual who is dead. The person needs to specify that he or she only wants to have a positive connection with the spirits, and they should not be taken casually. You may feel someone is standing right behind you when you are sleeping. You may see and feel their existence in your life after using the Ouija board. This can happen if you have failed to send the spirits back to their dimension. Scary, eh? Once they stay in this dimension, they will be forever haunting the one who used the board to call them, and it will require a gallon of holy water to send them back. Just kidding. So, it is important to specify that only connections will be established with the spirit, and this should be taken quite seriously, otherwise, you know the consequences. Number 9. Don't use it alone. Let's move on. At number 9 we have the head counts. While using an Ouija, you obviously don't want to invite a spirit all alone. Therefore, you should never try to use an Ouija board alone, and there should at least be 2 people who are present in the room. So why should you suffer alone if things go out of hand? Take your best friend or partner or someone you want to scare along with you. Comment below or tag your friends with whom you want to use the Ouija board and get an experience of a lifetime fighting spirits. There should be at least 2 people in the room and a maximum of 6 people. You should never mess with the Ouija board while you are alone in the room, but you can if you want to be haunted by a spirit for the rest of your life. Number 8. Don't keep it open. Next, on number 8, we have the fact that while working or using the Ouija board, after its purpose has been served, you should never ever keep the board open, no matter what. It has been stated by paranormal experts that the board is pathway and more of like a bond between the 2 dimensions. If the board is left open, then other spirits can easily get here and enter our dimension, which surely would be good for you. It's better for you to close the word and keep it in a shelf or somewhere it will be touched by the kids in the house. You surely don't want any invisible guests in the house for which you have to keep the Ouija board closed all the time when you are not using it. Number 7. Avoid lame questions. At number 7, we have the questions which need to be asked while you are using the Ouija board and have been successful in establishing a connection with the spiritual world. The questions regarding when you will die or whether you will ever find true love should not be asked because that's totally upon your capabilities, isn't it? Whatever the Ouija board tells you, you should accept it all without asking any questions or showing any means of the discomfort. Different spirits generally have different attitudes, as a result of which spirits might like to mess with you regarding your mind. You should accept your faith without questioning it and fall prey to the tricks played on you by the spirits. Everything the board says should be taken by you with a grain of salt. You should ask questions which can be answered in yes or no basically because spirits don't like to talk much. Number 6. Never ask for signs. Next on the list, we have the endurance about the physical presence of a spirit while you and your friends are using the Ouija board and have been successful in establishing a connection with the spirits. You should never ask the spirits for assurance about their physical presence inside the room, and you have to accept the fact that they are present with you inside the room. There is a popular saying that goes like spirits do not lie, and you should always trust them. Though there has not been enough evidence to prove the statement correct, don't you think that you should always trust your ancestors? Comment below if you have ever felt about a presence of some invisible entity in your room or surrounding. Yes, you guessed it right. It is that spirit which has been haunting you since childhood. So, never ask about the physical presence of a spirit with which you are communicating. Number 5. Ideomotor effect. After this, at number 5, we have the ideomotor effect. It states to imply that the way we move our hand on the Ouija board is because we want to, and that there is no other external intelligence or identity like spirits that intentionally move our hands. It has been stated by various experts all around the world that Ouija board is a scam and that the individual users unintentionally move their hands on the board and think of it to be moved by some external forces. We unintentionally move our hands to the desired answer to make yourself believe that we are communicating with an external force or entity, which may not be the case, or it can be, right? Comment down below what you think about the ideomotor effect and whether these statements are true or false. If you consider it to be true, then the Ouija board is not for you. You can examine the shoot of this statement, but only through using an Ouija board, but not touching it to get your answers for specific questions. Number 4. Be serious always. Carrying on with the next, on number 4, we have the fact that you should never consider it as funny, while you are using the Ouija board to connect to spirits, because no one wants others to make fun of them, right? Why would spirits be excluded? It doesn't matter whether you are trying to establish a connection with the spirits or trying to mess with someone. You should always be serious. By any means, if you have successfully connected with a spirit of the other dimension, that spirit can see you and understand what you say. So don't ever try to make fun of the Ouija board because you don't want to upset a spirit. There can be dangerous consequences of the fun, which you made of a spirit, so give respect to everyone no matter if they are living or dead. Number 3. Self-belief and faith. On number 3, we have self-belief and faith. You can never connect and communicate with a spirit of you who has denied their presence or existence throughout your life, until and unless they really have some idea of scaring you off. You should always have faith and belief in yourself that you can connect with a spirit, along with having a clear mind. Spirits can communicate with you only when you want them to in your mind and are extremely passionate about the Ouija board. If you have mixed feelings in your mind about their availability or existence, or whether you will be successful in establishing a connection with them, they will never provide any signs to you, and as a result of which your whole process and setup will go in vain. Comment below if you think that spirits exist and you can connect and communicate with them through Ouija board. Number 2. Don't leave in the middle. Moving on to number 2, we have a warning, and it's very important for all the viewers to understand and listen to it. While using the Ouija board, you should never leave it in the middle. Various individuals can experience different types of encounters with spirits when trying to establish a connection with them. You should never leave the process in the middle no matter what, and should always stick to the end, because once the connection has been established, the spirits can enter our dimension in order to communicate with us. You don't want to bring a spirit into your world and abandon it after that, right? You have to fulfill the purpose of using the Ouija board. Number 1. Surrounding. On number 1, we have the fact about the surrounding, which should not be a noisy one, because that will not help in engaging a connection with the spirits. The surrounding should always be a calm one, along with candle lights, but without any dinner or any holy crosses. Spirits do fear the holy cross. Ouija board was created with the motive to connect and talk to spirits after they leave the body of an individual, or more precisely after we die. Your spirit can't be visible or audible after you die, so how is it done? There are alphabets on Ouija board from A to Z, yes or no, along with numerical numbers from 0 to 10, which can be moved by the spirits in order to communicate with this world. Interesting, right? It's all exciting and interesting until and unless you do something which you should have done. That's it for today. If you like the video, make sure to leave a like on it and keep supporting the channel if you want to see another video like this. You can comment below the other topics which you want me to cover in this video, and you can even check other videos that I have uploaded on my channel. Thank you. Have a great day.